Yeah, this is Bang Bang Rail. Please press the like button and subscribe. Years ago, I used to work on a door called Lucky's. I come out about 1991, something like that. And I was on a door for quite a bit of time. I was on a door with a guy called Dominic McCoy. I know all the McCoy brothers, Billy, Tommy, Colin, I know all them. Nice guys, big family, about 11, I think his brothers and sisters, about 11 the family. The old man was Irish. When he died, rest in peace, mate, he left them all properties, yeah, so there's well to do, really. Anyway, Dominic, I was in a club with Dominic, on the door with Dominic, a nice guy. And I loved working on the door, it was what I did. We had a few fights in there, but together, you got to stand together as doormen. There wasn't no one could touch us, mate. We had some proper doormen, mate, some big guys in the door with me, yeah. And one day I got a phone number and from a girl on a bit of paper, and it was from my mate Mickey Gooch that I met years ago in Brixton, and I thought to myself, oh, that's like years ago. You know what I mean? I thought, crikey, he remembers me and all this, because I was close to him. I was thick with him in Brixton. No one much about. A few people did come unstuck, yeah. Take the Mickey out of Mickey, but once I was with Mickey, they couldn't take the Mickey, mate. I was on it like a Russell Bacon. I was on it, brother. I was on it. Don't worry about that. Anyway, we become very close in there, and come on, if you're working on a door and all of a sudden someone comes up and gives you a letter and it's a pretty girl, you think it's a letter from her, but it's a letter from Mickey Gooch, and he told me to go down a club called Bootleggers and meet him. I thought, I've never ventured into the city, never ever ventured into the city in any of them clubs, didn't know none of them. It was all around our areas. When I worked at the venue Victoria, I bet there wasn't that sort of place. It was in the city, right? I didn't go into the city, just done my work there and went home, yeah? But anyway, I was in the club, she gave me the letter, and I had to go down Bootleggers. I went down Bootleggers and went down the stairs. There was all these prostitutes sitting on these white chairs, but I didn't know at that time, yeah. Mickey told me who they were, but when I walked in and I see Gucci at the counter with his sleeves tucked up, yeah, I thought, hello, mate, how you going? Yeah, big cuddle. He said, how are you, mate? All right, yeah, give me a few pennies, nice to see you home, mate. He said, what are you doing now tonight? I said, well, I'm here with you. So he took me down to, to Brown's. Never been to this club before. I met Jake Brown, went upstairs to the VIP lounge, and Gucci, all them people there, like Lynn Lazardi and all them people, Page Fee girls, loads of people up there, all famous people, yeah. I was really excited, never had it before, yeah. And I was suited and booted anyway. I always did when I was on the door. And Gooch was like my pal, man, and I liked him so much. He said, look, I'll give you my address. Come and see me tomorrow. I'm living opposite Snaresbrook Ground Court. He said it's easy to get to. Get a train to Snaresbrook and I'll pick you up. Just let me know when you're there. I'll come pick you up. So it wasn't that easy to get there anyway, but I got there in the end. And finally, mate, he came along, picked me up, and he had a Carrera Turbo Sports Porsche. Picked me up, took me home, and met Kathy, his wife. He had a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful house, man, right near Snaresbrook Crown Court, yeah. And I thought, God, this is just absolutely stunning, you know. And to think I was at Snaresbrook Crown Court one day for the venue Victoria, and there I was across the road where he lived, yeah. Mad. Anyway, introduced me to Kathy, went in the front room, made cups of tea and cakes and sandwiches and all that, and I looked at the Kathy and I thought, fucking hell, man, it's so beautiful, mate, honestly. And anyway, he took me back to the station. He said, look, on the way there, he said, look, come and see me tomorrow. He said, and we'll have a chat. He said, you fancy going down the gym? I said, yeah, I'd love to. You know what I mean? I was like massive, well, not massive, 21 stone, 22 stone. I went down the gym in Leytonstone, I think it was Leytonstone. And listen, when I walked in there, mate, I was the biggest geezer in there. I was the strongest geezer in there. I was crashing out 100-pound dumbbells, 55 kilos dumbbell, crashing them out, yeah, crashing them up. 10, 15, 20 reps, incline, declining, everything. I was just doing the lot, you know what I mean? Benching, decline, incline, doing big curls. Mickey couldn't believe it, you know what I mean? So there was a big boxing ring in there. I got in the ring, had a moving around with some people, but I was too powerful, mate. They was very fast, but I was too powerful. I was just throwing around, very, very powerful. And Mickey went, yes. He said, listen, do you want to come work with me, Ray? I said, yeah, of course, standard. He went, you know, you'd be looking after me, make sure there's no problems. He said, nothing else. He said, just look after my wife and my little girl, Danny. I went, yeah, all right, Mickey, I'm up for that. And any time Mickey was away, I used to go to America a lot and places like that. I used to come around, look after Kathy. And any time Kathy wanted me, just a phone call, I'd be there in seconds. And one day I was there, and I'd come by train, but Mickey had moved to Chigwell. Said to me, come down, help us move. I went down there, he had all his Pickfords and all that, moving his stuff for him, but he's still with me there, yeah? Because once all the stuff was in the house, it's a beautiful house, mate, in Chigwell, all private roads. Went in, you know, and helped him move around it where he wanted it all put. Kathy was very particular. A lot of the stuff she chucked away, things that you would have in your place, and you think, oh, this is the business. But she just threw it away. You know, left a lot there, the other house, and Mickey bought all brand new stuff, and Mickey spent a fortune there. Mickey spent a fortune. The place was like a palace, mate. Big swimming pool at the back garden. Anyway, and so I stayed there with Mickey, helped Mickey out, put me up in the room for a bit of time. His place was, honestly, it was this stunning way she done it, Kathy done it. One day, it's funny, a big removal firm come in here from Selfridges, I think it's Selfridges, and they bought bits and pieces of what Mickey wanted. And then I was round the back, I slipped round the back into the lorry, and there was this big leather chair, big leather chair, and I pulled it to the back, and I pulled it out and put it on the floor and rolled it to the window, you know, and the window was like come up to about my there. I was rolling it along, looking in, laughing at Kathy, looking in the house, yeah, and I kept walking along, and Kathy's laughing her head off, you know what I mean? And the driver went, and then I walked into the house and said, look, you better come into the garage. And I had this leather chair in there, you know, and Kathy's laughing. She said, you're too much. And I took it back. I was living, at that time, in Goldhook Road, Shepherd's Bush. Anyway, a little story about that. This is really, really funny, right? I've been to a club, we've been out all night. I come back 2 days later, I've been looking after that lot. I come back 2 days later, and I'm walking down by Shepherd's Bush, yeah? And I met this girl. This girl was nice. She wasn't, well, I say she was nice. She wasn't really nothing to look at, but really nice personality. So I took her back to the house, yeah? Took her back to the flat, had a good night, had a good time with her, yeah? But in the front room, I had a great big bottle, massive big bottle, full of coins. Loads of coins, full of loads of coins. Anyway, I'm in bed. I'm spark out, yeah? But she can't get out my front door because I've got locked up bannums on the door. She can't get on it. This is not in Paddington, this is in the bush, Goldhook Road, yeah? But there's still bannums on the door. So she can't get out. So she's got to come in and wake me up for me to open the door so she can go, right? So she said, look, I want to go, can you let me through the door? But as I'm letting her through the door, I noticed that her pockets are bulging, yeah, at the side. She's trying to hide it, but she can't. I said, what have you got in the pockets? And she had all the money from the bottle, yeah? I didn't mind, I'd just give it her because she was, you know, like, she had nothing, she was more like on drugs, crack or whatever she was on. I just take it and said, look, take it. But what you should have done, you should have asked me and I'll give you some money as well, yeah? Anyway, I'll give her 50 quid as well. She had all this pocket full of change and all that. She had it off really in a way, yeah? So she left, yeah, and anyway, the next day, I went up back to see Mickey. Before that, what had happened, Mickey Mickey had moved to Chigwell, and whilst he moved to Chigwell, he asked me to do me a little favour. And he said, look, I'll pay you for it, and don't worry about it, you'll be looked after. And I've done something for them, and it saved a lot of bad things happening, yeah. It was a big bit of thing I'd done for him, a big bit. And he bought me a car. He took me to this place, Howard his name was. He took me to this Howard's place in, just not far from Chigwell. And he bought me a Rover, but it was a Van and Plus Rover at that time. It was quite the business to have. It was all black. It was all white leather inside. I never had a licence, but I could drive, yeah. He said, that's yours. I went, cool, Mick, thanks, mate. He said, you can pick any car you want, but I'll pick that anyway. I loved it, mate. So went back to his house. He said, you pleased with that? I said, yeah. He said, yeah, give me £500 as well and the car. Went to the garage, filled it. I was really happy, you know. First thing I'd done is got myself a little phone put in the car, you know, like a little phone in there, so I could talk to people. And it was, I loved it, man. I used to go there all the time with Mickey. And one day, Kathy phoned me up. Kathy, she said, what are you up to? I said, not a lot. She said, listen, come over because I'm not happy. There's a bit of noise around the house and it frightens me a bit, right? Mickey's away. What happened, I took Mickey to Heathrow Airport and he told Kathy that he was going to America, but he wasn't going to America, he was going to Chiswick to meet his girlfriend Val. Val was an air hostess, and she was really exceptionally beautiful, mate. She was really exceptionally beautiful. But Mickey made me go to Heathrow Airport with him. He phoned Kathy from the airport to make it look good. He bought the daughter Danny toys and chocolates and bits and pieces, and I'll come back and give it to Kathy. So Kathy was really happy that she got all this, and you know. So anyway, Mickey's in Chiswick with Val, and and then she phoned me up, Kathy. She said, "Listen, can you come over? There's a bit of trouble. There's something not right, you know. I keep hearing noises." So it's about. I'm living in Kingston now. So I said, "Yeah, I'll be over in about a couple of hours. Straight down the motorway, bump up the embankment along to Chigwell, around by Roy Shaw, but not the other side of Roy Shaw's, up, down, and all that. We'll forget anyway. Down there, gone. Into Chigwell, and knocks at the door. It's 2-3 o'clock in the morning. All right, Kath, what's up, mate? And she said, I'm not happy. There's all noises around it. Can you stay around for a bit? I said, all right, Kath. You know, I was massive, mate. I was really, really big, honestly. And she had these little 2 cats, Biagor and Plaxall, they called them. And they were Persian cats, really big, fluffy things. And Kathy said, you want something to eat? I said, yeah, go on, Kath, cook me something quick. So Kathy cooked egg, bacon, tomatoes and sausages and all that for me, yeah? Anyway, she sat me down to eat my food. It's a beautiful kitchen, mate. Oh, right. Sat me down. All of a sudden, I dipped the egg with the bread, and I thought the egg was off. The smell was unbelievable. I said, Kathy's eggs are off, mate. They're not right. She went, what? And I looked over, and it was the cats shitting this big thing, but they shit up the wall. The smell was, I couldn't believe it, mate. And it made me sick, yeah? Anyway, I said, no, I was not to eat, yeah? Anyway, I went home. And then what happened, Kathy also had a bulldog, had a beautiful little bulldog, and I loved this little bulldog. It was so lovely, yeah? But it was a Victorian bulldog, and these Victorian bulldogs cost a lot of money, yeah? So anyway, Kathy said to me, this bulldog's driving me mad, mate, keeps chasing the cats. I said, it will do, won't it? Because that's what they're doing, Kath. She said, no, it's driving me mad. And what I'd done when I was there, I covered the swimming pool over with this sheet, yeah, with this plastic sheet, and tied it up and everything. And Kathy said to me that, is it secure? I said, yeah, it's secure, but I think Kathy went out and didn't make that secure, because the bulldog got out in the garden 2 days later and got on the sheet, and the sheet collapsed, yeah, and the bulldog drowned. She asked me to come over. She said, look, mate, come over, I think the bulldog's dead. Well, I went over there. She said, look, please, mate, please help me out. She said, the bulldog is in the swimming pool. And it was like, the sheet was over it. It was dead, so I had to get the bulldog out and bury the bulldog. Kathy was crying. Mickey went mad. You know, but I think she didn't want the bulldog anyway because it was attacking her cats. So I think she got rid of the bulldog. Seriously. Anyway, and then me and Mickey got really close. I mean, I used to look after Mickey, do the gold, the silver, the diamonds for him, run him around, get him in the car, take him all around the places, doing what he was doing. So Mickey, one day he said to me, do you fancy going on holiday? I said, where to, mate? He went, Austria. I went, Austria? He said, yeah, skiing. I went, Mick, I'd love that, mate. He said, okay. You got money? I said, no, I got the money. He said, okay, I'll pay for you to go to Austria. Went to Austria. This place we went to was all wooden, yeah. In the back garden, it had a big swimming pool, a bit full of fish, fresh water, but full of trout, yeah. Loads of trout, and they all swimming around, massive big pool, yeah. And what they used to do was to catch the trout for dinners and all that, you know, and beautiful food in there, mate. But it's so expensive. Right in Austria, you don't get a lot of foods we got in England, yeah. So when you went shopping for food, there wasn't a lot there, you know what I mean? But in the hotel, it was really expensive. But Mickey didn't mind. He knew the people in there because he'd been there lots of times. So before that, we went to Howard's. And Mickey bought a lot of skiing stuff. All the ski suits. He bought me one, and he had all the boots and all the skis, and he was a fantastic skier, mate. He could ski. So I went there, and when we first went there, he took me to the ski resort, and I'm not quite sure, yellow or something, or red or green is the bottom bit, yeah. Then it goes up blue and black. It goes up to black, yeah. And black's the highest one you can go. You come down to black, you're one of them top geezers that are a bit muscles at that game, yeah? So anyway, I'm down the bottom trying to ski. He said, come up the top. I went, no, it's too high. Anyway, he eventually got me to go up there, put the round thing under your legs and the long thing, and then he got on the chairs and you got up to the top. It's like a million miles up there, mate. You look down, you can't see nothing but trees. You know, down the bottom you think, fucking hell, it's up in the mountains, all clouds. So he said to me, come down with me, you know, I'll be close to you, you know, and he's in front of me, he's got my skis in his skis, right, and I'm coming down with him slowly. And then he took the skis away, and I lifted my wrong leg up and went over to the edge of the mountain, but you got right big fence there, you can't go through it. But when you go there, I shit myself, I went there, I must have hit it about 10 miles an hour, and that's fast, you know what I mean? Wow, bang, I hit this thing, and you looked over, and it was a drop. It didn't go straight down like that, but it went out, you know? And if you've come off of there, mate, you're dead, unless you could ski. And I said, no, mate, I can't have at this, yeah? So I took the skis off, got the boots, and I'm walking back up to the thing, to the lift, yeah? To come back down again. I said, I can't go up here. So Mickey's coming down like a lunatic. By the time I got down, he'd been down there ages. You know, he knew how to do it. And I see Mickey one day go up in a helicopter, and he's doing this powder skiing. You go up to the mountains and you come down on snow that's not even been skied on. It was just laying on top of the cliffs, and he'd jump off the helicopter and come down. Mate, I see it, unbelievable what I see him do. I thought, gee, this geezer he's mastered it, and he's really, really good, mate. He was so good at skiing, it's unbelievable. And we had some guys come. From other countries to meet Mickey and have a chat to Mickey. And I didn't get. All I was wrapped around Mickey, making sure there was no problems for Mickey. Yeah. So I'm there, and I'm trying to ski. You've got these kids taking the Mickey out of me because I keep falling over. I'm 20 stone. I keep falling in the snow, and these kids are coming down the mountain on these Batman suits and spitting at me. And I swear to God, right, taking the Mickey, and I could just about stand up. Yeah, but I was learning power. I was learning snow plow and all this. I was trying to learn. And I was too big. And I couldn't, anyway, I eventually did learn a little bit, yeah? Went a bit higher, come down, and it was okay, but it wasn't for me. And when you went to the nightclubs there, you had these big boots on, just about walk, like lurch, you know what I mean? And you go in there and you got all these young skiing instructors. The birds are wrapped around them like it's going out of fashion. I mean, it don't matter how good looking you are, mate. You're no one compared with these instructors. They're all wrapped around the instructors. So we got to write them anyway, you know. And Mickey had some people come over, and there was a couple of Colombians and other people, and there was this guy in there. He was heavy, mate. He was really, really heavy. And talking to him, and you could see in his eyes that he was a dangerous guy. You could tell, you know what I mean? And I said to him, "Can you ski?" And no, I can't ski. I said, he said, "Tomorrow you go up and ski, I'll show you," and I'll try. Listen, the next day, right, I got all the gear on. I'm walking like lurch, looking like lurch. He's got all the gear on, doing the same thing. He's got the skis and this, that, and the other. So Mickey ain't taking no notice of me. He's talking to this guy and these other people, yeah? What are good skiers. But this guy can't ski, he's never been up before. So Mickey takes him up all the lifts, but the round one, the long one, and up to the top. This geezer can't ski. He comes down the black like he's been skiing for years. I think he's lying. He come down like zin, 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 like that. He said, I had to write up, you know, saying he couldn't ski. Yeah, but anyway, the geezer was a nice guy, mate. Proper nice guy. And I loved it. And my Danny, I'd already met her, and she came over with a mate, the mate that caused all these problems for me years ago. And she came over with this mate, yeah, and this mate, I didn't cause the problem with this mate yet. It's later on I caused it. It's going to be in my little story here, right? And it's come over with this mate. So Mickey said to me, he wants to be my Danny, because me and Danny only been together a little bit at a time, yeah? But to go to Austria skiing is what she loved it. She could ski. So Mickey's saying to me, she's got a big purple suit and she looked really good, yeah? Mickey's saying to me, "Can I have Danny?" I said, "No, you fucking can't. That's my girl. Like, it's mine." You know what I mean? So I said, "No." So I asked Danny. She said, "No, I want to be with you, Ray." You know, so she was wrapped around. I thought, yeah, you know, all that money you got, Gucci, you couldn't nick her. So anyway, he took the other one, and in the morning it was funny, right? And me and Danny had a good night. All of a sudden, she's come out with Gucci, and she said, "Just a minute." Oh, she made me laugh, this bird, you know. And she said to Danny, she said, "How's your night?" So she said, "Just a minute," like that. It lasted just a minute, yeah, Mickey. And we had to laugh. We was all laughing about it, yeah. And then, when they was going out, back up the ski slopes and all that, and then my Danny had to go home. And some more geezers come to the thing. A geezer called Talent, a nice fella, Talent. First name, but no, but nice fella, right? And he's there. He could ski, Talent. He was a good skier, mate. He didn't muck about. He was up and down the slope. I hated it. Freezing cold, mate, as well. And the food was good. And Mickey, one day we went to a club, a big club, and there was this geezer that had come over to see Mickey. The geezer, I forget his name, Jules, Joe, something like that. But he was a bit of a bully, this guy. He reckoned he was a bit lively, yeah? And he was a bit, when I say talking to Mickey, he was talking to Mickey but arguing with Mickey. Mickey's my mate. I'm looking after Mickey, right? I don't like people that argue with Mickey, yeah? So it doesn't matter who you are. I'm with Mickey, so I'm going to tell you, how's it got to be, mate? What's up? So Mickey said, "I'll leave off. It's all right, mate. Don't worry about it. It's no problem." Anyways, this is what happened. He said the same to me. "It's no problem, leave off, mate." So the guy kept arguing with Mickey. And I said, "Listen, do me a favour. Stop arguing. Stop shouting your mouth about. Behave yourself, yeah? When we go back to the hotel, we can all sit down, have a little drink of coffee or whatever you're going to drink, cocoa, coffee, whatever you want to drink, and just go to bed and have a nice night and just forget about it in the morning, wake up and be friends, yeah? Stop all the shouting and hollering. Had a go at me, shouting at me. I hit him with these great big gloves. Great big gloves to keep the warmth in, yeah? It's like boxing gloves. I went, boom! I hit him on the chin. Mickey Gooch couldn't believe it. Mickey Gooch said to me, do you know what, mate? He said, you can half bang. I hit this geezer on the chin. I swear, mate, he must have been out for, 40 seconds, 50 seconds, spark out. Gone. Gone. Eventually he woke up. We just picked him up and walked him to the hotel. Didn't know what happened. I think he got a concussion. He didn't know what happened. Mickey laughed. And when he took him back, he was just, the geezer was like, in one end, his head was all over the gaff, you know what I mean? Anyway, in the morning, Mickey said to me, come on, we're going to go back up. And I said, Mickey, I ain't going up there, mate. No way, I'm not going to, leave me alone, let me do my own thing. He said, come on, we go to Spain. Did you fancy going to Spain? I went, yeah. So he said, but before we go to Spain, he said, there's a thing they call, what do they call this? I forget the name of it now. Like a bobsleigh, like a sledge, for toboggan, is it? Anyway, whatever it is, yeah. He said we have a race down the hill on these things, you just land them and so I said, yeah, some of that, because come on, it's not like skis. It's just like a Father Christmas thing, isn't it? So I'm laying there and bang, we all go, everyone's sliding down this thing, jump on top, down the hill. I'm massive. I'm going down there, so the weight of me is pushing me even further down the hill. I'm going really fast, yeah. So anyway, got to this thing, got to turn it, but I can't turn it. It's just going straight forward. Listen, I swear to God, I come off the top of the mountain, all I could see was trees, the tops of trees, 20 foot high, 20 foot high. I come off it, mate. I come off this thing, buried in the snow. I was buried in the snow, what? I don't know. 4 foot, 5 foot buried in the snow, yeah? Sweet on my life, I was buried in the snow. I went, no. Anyway, they come and got me out. I mean, if they hadn't come and got me out, the wolves would have come and at me, you know what I mean? But they come and got me out. And I thought, I could have died in there. straight into this snow, anyway. Lucky it wasn't a mountain, really, but straight in anyway. Passed all the trees, wallop, and everybody laughed. It was a joke, you know. It was funny, but not funny for me. I thought I was going to die. So yeah, eventually went to Magaluf. Got Mickey's mate met him at the airport. Give Mickey a Mercedes Sports left-hand drive. So we was driving out about the island and all the clubs and everything. I went to Mickey's gaff. I tell you what, what about Magaluf? What I couldn't. It was crazy. There seem to be millions and millions of cats. Cats. I've never seen so many cats in my life. There's cats everywhere, all over the fucking place. Mickey's gaff was stunning. It was all marble floors, marble this, marble, everything was marble. It's so beautiful, yeah? Clean, mate. And we started going out to the clubs and bits and pieces. We went with a guy called Gary Kendall. And Gary Kendall was a Mr. Britain, I think he was, or something, bodybuilder. Gary Kendall was the first geezer to give me the steroids. And he jabbed me up and gave me the roids. I was big, massive anyway. He gave me the roids. But he gave me the roids, and what he did, he come out with a fridge, these things, or whatever. He didn't put it in his mouth and warm it up so the gel could move around. He put it in my arse and it became solid, and he had to punch me in my arse to move it about. Seriously, I was in the right pain. I couldn't even walk, mate. But eventually it moved around, and I was like there for a couple of weeks. So I kept taking jabs. I was going to the gym in Magaluf. I was getting bigger and bigger, more cut up, mate. I was getting cut to death. Went to a few restaurants with this Gary Kendall, and let me tell you something. This restaurant, the floor of this place was glass, right? And you could see the fish through the floor, yeah? It's crazy to walk on water, you know what I mean? I thought I was God to walk on water. I couldn't believe it, you know what I mean? On this glass. It was beautiful, yeah? seeing all these fishes swim around, you know, and they had, it was just so nice, you know what I mean? You're eating your food, and your fish is swimming about. Anyway, yeah, in this place, the food was just beautiful. Lobsters, prawns, whatever you wanted, you could eat. Gary Kendall, big bodybuilder. I was big, 20 odd stone, getting muscular. But he was been on the voyage, how long, I don't know, and greedy. This geezer could eat for England, I swear. He could eat for England. Have you seen these people on the television now that go out to restaurants and all that, Eddie Hall and all that lot, and they eat as much food as they can, you know? He's one of them. He was fucking huge, mate, and he could eat. So we was about 10 of us on the table, and we all left something, because the food was beautiful. In the middle of it, there's lots of food. There's Gary Kendall going around people's plates and nicking their food. You could not believe it. And he was sitting there eating all this fish and prawns and crab and lobsters and everything. It was like, he must have got out there. He must have filled that toilet up, mate, 20 times. And then we went to a club called BCM. Went to a big clubby BCM. I think Gary Stretch there. I think Gary Stretch was also there. We'll come over to see Mickey. And they're all dancing. Everyone's having a good time in it. And we got to go. I think they what they'd done. They got together, put a bit of money together to get these two hookers, yeah, two prostitutes. But out there, it was stunning. Nice girl, all tanned up, yeah. So there's me and Gary Kendall on the dance floor, giving it large, yeah. And we'd come off the dance floor, have a little drink, have a little whatever I was drinking. I'm just drinking a water, yeah. And these girls get looking at us, but they've got these girls to look at us, and we're thinking, yeah, we're on it, yeah. So these two girls was on us, and we got all of them and start pulling them to pieces, pull them aside, give them a little kiss here and there. Gary Kendall as well. But Gary Kendall go to Mickey Gooch, back to Mickey Gooch's house. They're all staying at the club. I shouldn't have really gone because I'm looking after. Anyway, they got people there, Gary Stretch and a few other people that could do all that game, yeah. So we goes to the house. I go downstairs. He goes upstairs to the bed. I want to be downstairs in the bedroom. He goes upstairs to the bedroom. I'm with this bird, all lovey-dovey, and whatever I'm doing is I'm enjoying myself, yeah. All of a sudden I heard this bird upstairs screaming like a lunatic. Screaming. What's going on? She's come down the stairs. I want to go home. Right? And this one's saying, no, stay, you know? And I'm going, no, stay. So she's going, no, go home and come on with me, right? And they went, right? And what was it? Gary Kendall is mad, mate. Gary Kendall, instead of getting hold of the girl, he's massive, isn't he? And there he is, giving it all that posing game in front of the bird's chest and all that, and legs. The girl thought he was a complete nut, like schizophrenic, psychopath. Screaming the gaff down, you know. I said, Gary, you ruined it, mate. Anyway, and then Gooch comes back with that lot, and then so they paid them, and then anyway, it was a good night out. And went back to Magaluf, to BCM club the next day. And after we'd been, Mickey and Gooch got a boat, went out on a boat, had a good time out there. Loads of girls, mate, had a really, really good time, you know what I mean? And the Merck Sports. And the guy that Mickey was with, he owned a couple of little other clubs, a little couple of other bars, so we met all these other people. It was lovely, man. And we went to BCM club and had a bit of trouble with some people. The guy that knows all those people in the club didn't have to do much. Had a bit of a row with some people, just give him a clump here and there. There was four of us, could have a row. Let me tell you something, Gary Stretch was involved as well. He can fucking fire a punch, mate. And it was good. Gary Kendall, Gary Stretch, me. I forget there's someone else there who could have a right row. Anyway, I loved it. You can hear the phone going, so I'm going to try and talk that a little bit louder, yeah? This person always phones me when I'm doing a podcast, I don't know why. Anyway, so we're Magaluf, everything's going well, yeah? We'll meet these people, talk to these people, everyone's enjoying themselves, yeah? So now, it's finished. We're coming home. We're coming home on the plane. Mickey Gooch's girlfriend. She comes to meet Mickey. She's an air stewardess. We're on the plane, talking, drinks, everything. Just having a nice time, enjoying ourselves. Got back to London. Mickey's gone to me. Listen, I'm going back to Chiswick. Kathy knows I'm coming home. I want you to buy some stuff from duty free, and I'm going to give it you and take it back to Kathy's. They say that I like to stay there for some reason, mate. I like to meet some people. Yeah, okay, all right, done. I got all my stuff from duty free. What Mickey wanted, teddy bears and bits and pieces. Drove all the way, got to my place, picked the car up, put all the stuff in the boot, drove to my place, and give Kathy everything. And she said, "You have a good time?" I said, "Yeah." Mickey was working really, really hard out there, and he was with his girlfriend. Anyway, I'm going to go bang, bang, rail. Please press the like button, subscribe, because someone's going to phone and subscribe me mad. I'll finish this podcast another time, but I'll put it on for a little bit of time, yeah? I'll take care, have a nice time, yeah? Bye-bye. And don't forget, please like and subscribe, yeah? Bye-bye.